menopause is officially 365 days after your last period. It's 1 day. It goes, if you haven't had a period for a whole calendar year, you're officially in menopause.
But what if you haven't had a period for a whole calendar year because you were on the pill or you're breastfeeding?
Oh. Not when you're like 27, Mole. Like when you're going through perimenopause, and trust me, you'll know. Your period goes
I know that I'll know. I've been working with you through yours.
There's 53 symptoms of perimenopause before it shows up on your bloods. Hello.
Hello.
Look at you. You're a dream in a long blue gown. And I
know, but we're very tonal together today.
Oh, yeah, I'm wearing denim and blue and you're wearing blue. Anyway, that's not what we're here for. Unless you want to come back onto Nothing to Wear. I'd love to have you back.
Oh, my gosh. I love coming on every now and then talking about clothes.
Okay.
Let's hear from our menopausal queen.
I might read it, seeing as I relate to this lovely lady. So Rebecca slid into our DMs and she said, hey there, you absolutely beautiful ladies. That's not even why I picked this one. I was just wondering if you have done anything with regards to menopausal skin that's affordable. I would love to see or hear it. Thanks for the great content you always give.
So as Leigh mentioned, it affects, you have more experience with menopausal skin and
Perimenopausal at this stage, thank you.
Yeah.
Do you know a fact about menopause? Menopause is officially 365 days after your last period. It's 1 day. It goes, if you haven't had a period for a whole calendar year, you're officially in menopause.
But what if you haven't had a period for a whole calendar year because you were on the pill or you're breastfeeding?
Not when you're like 27, Mole. Like when you're going through perimenopause, and trust me, you'll know. Your period goes
I know that I'll know. I've been working with you through yours.
Wait,
the sweat.
Oh my God, I know the sweat. I mean, yeah, anyway. And then when it's been a full calendar year, that's technically when you've hit menopause.
Okay.
Like it's paused.
Okay.
Anyway, I would like you to go first.
So obviously I don't know that much about perimenopause and menopause, so it's quite hard to comment on when it's something that I haven't experienced. But what I have seen with a lot of brands that are releasing different ranges or products within, and this isn't the rule, like there are exceptions to the rule, but a lot of brands that are doing it are releasing things that are kind of like, premenopausal or menopausal skincare, and it is similar to pregnancy-safe skincare or clean beauty, where it's just like buzzwords and marketing, but there's actually not much different to the actual product. When, like, of course your skin changes. Not everyone's does, but of course your skin is going to change. My mum's didn't. So not everyone's, but she also didn't get any symptoms. Wild. I think it's because like she had cancer, so that like the chemo.
She had treatment, yes.
And everything, and she had a hysterectomy, so everything was just, anyway.
Yes.
She's an exception to the rule. Most people do. But of course your skin is going to change like it does with any hormonal fluctuation. That doesn't necessarily mean that you need to buy menopausal
Yes,
skincare.
or that there aren't products that don't have it on the label that won't be great for you. Totally agree with you. Look, I agree, and I thought it was funny. The last few years, you're starting to see it actually in marketing.
That's
and
what
on
I mean.
branding.
Like, yeah.
And at first, I was like, "Oh, come on, guys! Like the pink tax. We're already paying more for razors, and there's a 45 steps for your elbows if you want, and men just use one product." I thought that, and that's also true. As long as you know what you're looking for in terms of ingredients, how your skin's changed, and essentially the changes you need to make, then you don't need to buy a product that's labeled menopause, perimenopause. But I think it does help cut down the noise.
Also, before I forget, we will link the episode that we did with Dr. Jeannie in in the show notes.
One of my product recommendations is from her line.
Amazing. So she talks about this more in depth from a science background as well.
She's a real doctor. I know I sound like one, but believe it or not, I'm not.
You're not?
No. I'm a doctor of good times. So basically I'll give you a little rundown again. I'm not a scientist, but I am 44. I'm in perimenopause. I started hormonal replacement. Oh, God. Good point. Brain fog. Maybe 18 months ago. And then when my mum was really sick, I ran out of my script. Didn't have time to go back. Blah, 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 blah. So I've only just gone back on it. And let me tell you, it does really make a difference. But that's something to talk about with your doctor. Topically, though, there are some things you can do. So
do you still get a period?
Yes, I'm peri. Like I'm very normal. I'm insane. I'm dry and I'm sweaty.
Okay, yep.
Yeah. Like not dry there yet, but I'm dry. Not dry, sensitive and sore. My skin is really sensitive. It's not like it used to be. It's really weird. And, there's 53 symptoms of perimenopause before it shows up on your bloods. So everyone thinks you're going to be in your bloods. But anyway, that's for a doctor to talk about. Quick estrogen lesson as it affects the skin. So the skin is regulated by estrogen as well as a million other things. And so before perimenopause, like you, my friend, estrogen goes in there and says, hey guys, let's keep you thick and hydrated and firm. And you're like, yeah, thanks. And that supports collagen production, obviously, and oil production, which is important to be youthful and not dry. Think of an olive in a jar. And repair, important. Then, hey presto, you me. Perimenopause can start anywhere from, late 30s, and it's a 10-year cycle. It's a 10-year process, on average. Estrogen drops, and it drops quite quickly. Like, it's not happening overnight, but it's probably one of the most rapid changes within your body and your skin aside from pregnancy. And so then all those signals really slow down. You're driving on a freeway at 100 and then you hit a 50 zone and you're like, whoa, how that's hard to get used to. So then the collagen production decreases, skin produces less oil, and it doesn't hold on to water as well. So that's why, we talk about dry skin or dehydrated skin. You're kind of both because you don't have your oil production and you're not holding on to the water as well. So the barrier weakens, repair slows. It sounds really bad. It's not that bad. It's just probably quite different to what you're used to. I mean, for me, particularly as a combination, sometimes oily, it's been a rapid change. So I was like, stop labeling things as menopause. I know what I need because I work in the industry. But then I was thinking, if you're just the average gal going through it and you're like, hang on, why are my products irritating me now or not being hydrating enough? It can be hard to then know what to look for if you've not been looking for products of that texture or in that category. So basically what you want to do is tone down the harsh actives or full-on actives. There's a lot that, there might be products that you could tolerate before or loved before your skin loved that just can't tolerate it anymore. Because as we know with actives, so good until you go over the top and then it kind of is a counterproductive.
Your skin goes, rats.
It does the opposite. Yeah, exactly. So we're looking for ceramides because they really, you'll go great in peri because you love all these products. Niacinamide, which is calming and strengthening, which I currently, while I'm going through this phase of cranky skin, have switched out my vitamin C for a niacinamide. Peptides that support collagen, obviously, and then squalene or fatty acids. So they're like really your barrier balms and they're going to lock it in and make it bouncier. We don't say whatever, it's just a process that we go through, but we're kind of turning our nose up the fact that brands are now marketing to this demographic age group. The University of Manchester has done a 20-year study with the last 5 years being focused on aging menopausal skin changes, a narrative review of skin quality changes and their aesthetic impact. So we'll link to that study in the show notes if you'd like to read it. It's very dry. But basically it just finds that menopausal skin aging is not just normal aging. So, a man skin will age and you will get sunspots and lack of elasticity and all of that sort of thing. But when a woman goes through perimenopause, it's different. The estrogen drops rapidly, as I said, so it kind of does need a tailored approach. So if you do all those ingredients, great. But then there's another ingredient that can really help. So they're basically estrogen supporting ingredients, and that's why they're called phytoestrogens. So soy, isoflavones, red clover, they're two examples. And what they do is they work by mimicking the job that estrogen does in the skin topically. So number 7, Menopause Skincare Nourishing Overnight Cream, $59.99. I have done a partnership with them. When they approached me, I was like, I don't love the marketing because it's like, great, another thing I have to buy as a woman being told what to do. It's fabulous.
You were like, it's great for everyone, not just.
It's great for everyone. If you're 18 and you like that moisturizer, that's fine. But they do have these quite specific ingredients that have shown to basically kind of, they mimic the job of what estrogen does. Kind of like how when we take collagen, it goes in and like tells the amino acids what to do. This kind of goes in and goes, hey guys, remember how estrogen used to tell you to do this? Well, can you just keep doing it a little bit sort of thing? Antipodes Jasmine Flower Menopause Facial Cream, $69.99. Source Naturals Phytoestrogen Cream, $42 on Amazon. Did I order that when I was researching? Yes. Synergy Skin Press Pores Milk Skin Concentrate, $155. So they're all specifically formulated for this life stage with those phytoestrogens as well as all those other ingredients I mentioned. And then our beautiful Dr. Jeannie, I mean, she is just phenomenal. And if you don't listen to Unleashed, she's on that and she's brilliant. She has a whole range for teenagers, whatever you're going through. She's got perimenopause and menopause products. But my favorite is the kit because, again, you got a lot going on. So just get the ESK Menopause Sensitive Skin Kit. It's roughly $300. There's kind of different prices and different sizes, but that is your full regime covering kind of everything from cleansing right through to moisturization. So yeah, it's full on. But it's, again, if you've got, I think particularly for you as a dry person, you are already well versed and have great products that are super nourishing and repairing.
Yeah, it's not like I will be going from oily to then, oh my God, what do I do?
That's it. Yeah. So I've always been, really light on hydration. My skin was quite resilient because of the oil, so I didn't have to, I could go crazy on the active. So it's been quite different for me. But yeah, just look for those lovely ingredients. Basically, rule of thumb, dial back the actives. If you use quite a strong one, maybe drop down to a different percentage and just hydration and barrier repair. And keep your sunscreen up because everything's a bit more sensitive. You've got so much to look forward to, my friend.
Oh, well, just part of aging gracefully.
My mum went through menopause at 37, so, I know. So I feel like I'm quite lucky that way.
Yeah, you went through it later then.
Yeah, well, I'm not finished yet, but yeah.
And they say that you follow in your mum's footsteps. That's what Dr. Ginny, because I was like, my husband told me that he reckons I'm in peri. And she was like, well, when did your mum go through it? And I was like,
because you were cranky at him for a legitimate reason.
I was cranky, moody, and I get night sweats. And I was like, I'm cranky, moody, and I've had night sweats literally my entire life.
Yeah. Oh my God, the night sweats. So, sometimes I wake up and I was like, did I sleepwalk
it's
and
just
go
been
for a swim?
My entire life,
me
though.
Too,
so
me
yeah,
too. We're sweaty girls.
We're sweaty.
Well, hopefully that helps. But yeah, jump online and Google. Literally go into the forums, go onto the UBD Facebook group. Reddit is really helpful for this sort of stuff because you'll just find people
talking about their own experiences
and
what
their
worked.
your type of skin type, and then what they've done. So that's really helpful.